We continue numericals on motion in a plane. And let us see question number 4.18. Question number 4.18. It is given that an aircraft executes a horizontal loop of radius 1 kilometer. The radius of the horizontal loop is given 1 kilometer, and in meter this is written as 10 raised to the power 3 meter. Radius of the horizontal loop with a steady speed of 90 km per hour. The speed is given v equals to 90 km per hour. 90 km per hour. So we convert this speed 90, not 90, but it is 900 km per hour. So convert this kilometer per hour in meter per second. So 900 into 1000 divided by 60 into 60. To convert in meter per second. So 2 0 gets cancelled. 3 3s are 9, 2 3s are 6, and 2 into 500, and 3 2s are 6, and 250. So we get the speed is 250 meter per second. The radius of the loop is 10 raised to the power 3 meter, and the speed is 250 meter per second. Then compare its centripetal acceleration with the acceleration due to gravity. So firstly we calculate the centripetal acceleration, and for centripetal acceleration, we use the formula A equals to V square by R. V square means 250 into 250 upon R. Radius is 10 raised to the power 3. 10 raised to the power 3 meter. This comes 125 upon 2. Centripetal acceleration 125 upon 2, which is 62.5 meter per second square. This is the centripetal acceleration. We have to compare its centripetal acceleration with the acceleration due to gravity. So centripetal acceleration upon acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. So we compare it. The centripetal acceleration is 62.5 and acceleration due to gravity is 9.8. So divide, we get 6.38. The result we get 6.38. The ratio is 6.38. Now the next question, question number 4.19. 4.19. And in this question, it is given that read the statement carefully. Read the statement carefully and state with reason if it is true or false. And the first expression is given, the net acceleration of a particle. The first statement is the net acceleration of a particle The net acceleration of a particle in circular motion is always in circular motion. In circular motion is always the net acceleration of a particle in circular motion is always along the radius of the circle. Is always along the radius of the circle. The radius of the circle along the center. Along towards the center. Towards the center. Towards the center. This is the statement. The acceleration of a particle in circular motion is always along the radius of the circle, towards the center. So this statement is false, because this statement is true only when the motion is uniform circular motion. When the motion is uniform circular motion. So we can say that this statement is false, because for only uniform circular motion, for only uniform circular motion, not circular motion, but for uniform circular motion, the radius, the acceleration is along the radius of the circle. Acceleration is along the radius of the circle towards the center. Towards the center. So this statement is false. This statement is true only when the motion is uniform circular motion. Because in a uniform circular motion, the acceleration is along the radius of the circle and towards the center. Now the second statement is the velocity vector of a particle at a point is always along the tangent. The velocity vector of a particle at a point. The velocity vector of a particle at a point. The velocity vector of a particle at a point is always along the tangent. The velocity vector of a particle at a point is always along the tangent to the path of the particle. Tangent to the path of the particle at that point. So this statement is true. This statement is true because the velocity vector of a particle at a point is always along the tangent to the path of the particle, always along the tangential. So this statement is true. We will write that the statement is true. Now the third statement is, so first is false, second statement is true. Now the third statement is given. The acceleration vector of a particle in uniform circular motion. The acceleration vector vector of a particle in uniform circular motion. The acceleration vector of a particle in a uniform circular motion averaged over one cycle, averaged over one cycle is null vector. Is null vector. The acceleration vector of a particle in uniform circular motion averaged over one cycle is null vector. So this statement is true. This statement is true. This statement is true. This statement is true because for any two diametrically opposite positions, because for any two diametrically this statement is true because for any two diametrically opposite points on the circumference, diametrically opposite points on the circumference, the acceleration vector are equal and opposite. The acceleration vector are equal and opposite. The acceleration vectors are equal and opposite. Equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. And they get cancel the effect of each other. Hence the acceleration vector over one complete cycle. Hence we can say that hence acceleration vector averaged over a cycle is a null vector. Null vector means zero vector whose magnitude is 0. So the first statement was false, second and third statement was true. Now the next question which we discuss is important, and this question is 4.20. Question number 4.20. 4.20. The position of a particle is given by. The position of a particle is given by. Position of a particle is given by r vector equals to 3 I cap minus 2t square j cap. 3.0 t I cap. 3.0 t I cap minus 2.0 t square j cap and plus 4.0 k cap plus 4.0 k cap. This is the position vector of a particle in meter. So we have to find V and A of the particle. Find velocity and acceleration of the particle. V and A of the particle. Position vector is given we have to find the velocity vector and acceleration vector of the particle, and also the second part is what is the magnitude and direction of velocity. What is the magnitude? What is the magnitude and direction of velocity? What is the magnitude and direction of velocity of the particle at t equals to 2 seconds? Magnitude and direction of the velocity of the particle at time t equals to 2 seconds. So we have given the position vector. The first part we have to calculate the velocity vector and acceleration vector, and the second point we have to calculate the magnitude and direction of the velocity of the particle at time t equals to 2 seconds. So we use the differentiation. We differentiate r with respect to t because we know that dr by dt, rate of change of position, gives velocity. dr by dt gives us velocity. So we differentiate with respect to time. So dr by dt equals to differentiation of t with respect to t is 1. So this comes 3.0 I cap minus differentiation of t square with respect to t is 2t. So 2.0 into 2t at j cap, and differentiation of constant term is 0. So this term becomes 0. Differentiation of this constant term is 0. So we get dr by dt is written as velocity. So velocity equals to 3.0 I cap minus 4.0 t j cap. So this is the expression for velocity. And now when the velocity is differentiated with respect to t, we get the acceleration. So for finding the acceleration vector, we differentiate the velocity with respect to time. So differentiation of constant term, again it becomes 0, and differentiation of t is 1. So we get minus 4.0 j cap. So acceleration comes to be minus 4.0 and j cap. So the first part we have completed. The first part which we have to find the velocity and acceleration. Now the second part is what is the magnitude of the velocity? What is the magnitude of the velocity at time t equals to 2 seconds? So we put the value of t equals to 2 in first number equation. So from first, velocity vector v equals to 3.0 I cap minus 4.0 into 2 j cap, because time is given 2 seconds. For time t equals to 2 seconds. So we get the velocity equals to 3.0 I cap minus 8.0 j cap. This is the velocity, and for finding its magnitude, the magnitude of velocity is calculated by, in a square root, make the squares of the coefficient of I cap and j cap. So coefficient of I cap is 3, so 3 the square, coefficient of j cap is 8, so 8 the square. And solve this, we get 3 the square 9 and 8 the square 64, which is root over 73. This is the magnitude of the velocity, and the square root of 73 is around 8.54 meter per second. So this we get the magnitude of the velocity of the particle at time 2 equals to t equals to 2 seconds. Now we find the direction. So for finding the direction, we use the formula tan theta equals to Vy upon Vx. Tan theta equals to Vy upon Vx. velocity in y direction upon velocity in x direction. So tan theta equals to minus Vy means velocity y direction minus 8 and in x direction this is 3. So tan theta equals to minus 8 by 3 and this is around minus 70 degrees. So this is the direction of velocity of the particle and this is the magnitude of the velocity of the particle. Now discuss question number 4.21. Question number 4.21. This is also important. A particle starts from the origin at t equals to 0 seconds with a velocity of 10 j meter per second. Initial velocity u is given 10 j meter per second. 10 j cap velocity in y direction 10 j cap meter per second and moves in xy plane with a constant acceleration 8 I cap plus 2 j cap meter per second square. Also we have given the acceleration 8 I cap minus 2 j cap meter per second square. We have given the velocity, initial velocity 10 j cap and acceleration of the particle 8 I cap minus plus 2 j cap. 8 I cap plus 2 j cap meter per second square. So we have to find at what time is the x coordinate of the particle. It's 16 meters, the first part. At what time? At what time the x coordinate at what time the x coordinate of the particle 16 meters. X coordinate of the particle is 16 meter. Means when the x coordinate is 16 meter, then that instant, what was the time? We have to calculate the time. So the formula for position of the particle. Position of the particle. To calculate the position of the particle, we use the formula r vector equals to ut plus half at square. R vector equals to ut plus half at square and u vector is given 10 t j cap plus half acceleration vector is 8 I cap plus 2 j cap and t square. This is the r vector. R vector equals to 10 t j cap and plus half a into t square. Now solve this. So 10 t j cap plus 2 divided by 8 we get 4. 8 divided by 2 and plus 2 and 2 gets cancelled, j and t square. So this becomes 10 t j cap plus 4t square I cap plus t square and j cap. So from j cap we will take common. So 4t square I cap and plus 10t plus t square into j cap. 4t square I cap, 4t square I cap plus 10t plus t square j cap. And we know that in 2 dimension r is written as x I cap plus y j cap. R is written as in two-dimensional plane. R equals to xi cap plus yj cap. So we put R equals to xi cap plus yj cap equals to 4t square I cap plus 10t plus t square and j cap. And we have at what point, at what time the x coordinate of the particle is 16 meter. So x coordinate means the coefficient of I cap. So we compare the coefficient of I cap from both the sides. So we get x equals to 4t square by comparing the coefficient of I cap. X equals to 4t square and x we have given x coordinate 16 equals to 4t square. This implies t square equals to 4 and time t equals to 2 seconds. So the first part which we have to calculate, that at what time the particle is, the x coordinate of the particle is 16 meter. So the time is 2 seconds. At time t equals to 2 seconds, the x coordinate of the particle is 16 meter. Now the next part we have to calculate what is the y coordinate of the particle at that time. So for finding the y coordinate, we equate the coefficient of j cap. So y equals to, for y coordinate we equate the coefficient of j cap. So y equals to 10t and plus t square. Here also put the value of t equals to 2 seconds. So 10 into 2 plus 2 the whole square, 20 plus 4, we get 24 meter. So this is the y position of the particle. What is the y coordinate of the particle at that time? So the y coordinate of the particle at that time is 24 meter. The y coordinate is 24 meter. Now the next part of the question. The next part of the question is what is the speed of the particle at that time? So for finding the speed, we differentiate this was r vector equals to, name it first number equation. We differentiate r with respect to t, then we get the velocity vector. So velocity vector is calculated by differentiating the expression number 1. So v equals to dr by dt. So differentiation of t square is 2t. So it becomes 8t I cap and plus differentiation of t is 1. So plus 10 and plus differentiation of t square is 2t. So 2t and j cap. So this is the velocity of the particle. So the next part which we have to calculate, what is the speed of the particle at that time. What is the speed of the particle at that time? Now put the value of t equals to 2 seconds. T equals to 2 seconds. So v equals to 8 into 2 I cap plus 10 plus 2 into 2 j cap. So 16 I cap plus 4 plus 10, 14 j cap. So this is the velocity of the particle at that time, which is 16 I cap and plus 14 j cap. And for finding its magnitude, so magnitude of velocity vector v equals to under root of 16 the square plus 14 the whole square. So 16 the whole square 256 and 14 the whole square 196. So we get root 452. This is the velocity. Now 21.26 meter per second. So this is the velocity of the particle at time t equals to 2 seconds.